Hello. Oh, and who do I have the pleasure of speaking with? Oh, a bulk food item. And how can I help you? Oh, you'd like to be featured in my Zero Waste Vegan Pantry Essentials video. And are you organic chickpeas? You are. Okay. I think we can make that happen. Hi you guys, it's Marina, the Eco Goddess. Welcome to my YouTube channel, or welcome back to my YouTube channel. Super excited today to share with you my Zero Waste Vegan Pantry Essentials guide. Now this is a video, but I have created a downloadable PDF that you guys can use in addition to this video. It will be super helpful for you if you're going to the grocery store, and if you're like me, especially if you go to an organic grocery store that has bulk items, you're just so distracted by all of the stimulus and you're like, oh my god, strawberries, oh, avocados. And so this list will totally help you as kind of a check things off. If you like to print, hopefully you can do that on recyclable paper, but it is something that's super easy that you can just pull up on your phone. The Zero Waste Vegan lifestyle is dependent on where you live. Demographic and geographic disparities play a role in how much of, more so the zero waste lifestyle, but the vegan lifestyle too, how much of those two lifestyle components you can live. I've gotten a lot of comments on my videos before, like, well, what if I don't have options in my store for bulk items? Don't fret. Absolutely do your best. Try to find the most sustainable alternatives, and by that I mean things that are packaged in glass, in metal, recyclable metal, but always resort to recycling last. Upcycle, reuse, reduce as much as possible. I, for one, if I do get something packaged in glass, I will use it for a long time after that as a storage container or as a coffee mug or something like that. And then cans I usually upcycle into cute little plant containers. Here in the beautiful San Diego, I have access to a lot of really amazing bulk food sources. So don't beat yourself up, honey, if you don't have access to a lot of these things. Do your best. That's all you can really do, right? So I've separated this guide into 8 different categories. Are you ready to get started? Let's go. The first category is vegetables, and this is kind of an obvious one. Obviously, as vegans, our whole diet is vegetables, but I've highlighted in this guide some of my favorite vegetables that I usually like to keep stocked up on in the fridge. They're very versatile vegetables: spinach, kale, broccoli, celery, onion, potatoes, cauliflower, carrots, cucumber, mushrooms, garlic, beets, collards, and chard. Cucumber and zucchini are great lower calorie, healthier alternatives to noodles. So you guys have probably heard of zoodles before. This is definitely something that I've used in my past recipe videos, and I do use on a weekly basis. It tastes so good. It absorbs the sauces that you're using really well. I would say cucumber. It's a lighter flavor, good for mimicking a glass noodle type dish, typically Asian style food. As healthy eaters, it's important for us to, I'll say this probably a few times in this video, eat the rainbow. Eat all of those amazing foods and have variety in your diet and color in your diet. You truly will feel it in your body. On to category number 2, which is legumes. Legumes. I'll just tell you guys some of my favorite legumes that I keep in my pantry, and most legumes you can find in bulk, which is really awesome. These include chickpeas, lentils, peas, peanuts, pinto beans, black beans, kidney beans, soybeans, and navy beans. Legumes are a great way to get in your protein. I eat them nearly every day. Now, if you've been following my journey, you know that I was doing the Candida cleanse and diet, and legumes are one thing that you can't have, so I was struggling hardcore there, but that's where dun dun dun. Next category comes in nuts and seeds. Nuts and seeds are also loaded with tons of protein, but they also have a lot of really healthy fats. And so if you're trying to watch your fat intake, reduce the amount of oil that you use in your cooking, and then load your diet up with amazing whole food sources of your fats. As a vegan, you're going to want to get in those omega-3s, and your top 3 sources for that are chia seeds, flax seeds, and hemp seeds. I use these things on a variety of dishes. I will usually top hemp seeds on practically any meal. As for chia seeds, blend them up in a smoothie or make chia pudding, and this helps them expand so it's easier to chew them down. As for flax seeds, a little tip is flax seeds are a great egg replacement for vegan desserts, and it's just a 1-to-1 ratio. Some other nuts and seeds that I super duper adore include quinoa, almonds, hazelnuts, walnuts, cashews, sacha inchi, pumpkin seeds, sesame seeds, and sunflower seeds. And for those of you who aren't up to date on your nuts and seeds facts, the highest protein nuts are hemp seeds, pumpkin seeds, and I always forget the third one, peanut seeds. Peanut seeds, no. Now I know peanuts a legume, but this is one of the highest protein nuts if you put it in the nut category. Pumpkin seeds, another nut that's very versatile in flavor, along with sunflower seeds. You can crush them up into your salad. Sunflower seeds, actually, if you grind it up, you can make a really beautiful salad dressing with it. And so just experiment in the kitchen, try out all of these different nuts and seeds, and try out really everything on this list. I highly encourage it. You don't know what foods you don't like unless you try them, and I'm a huge believer in experimenting and really taking advantage of all of the diversity that nature and life has to offer. The fourth category is grains, and grains is definitely a guilty pleasure in my diet. I try not to load up on a ton of grains, especially bread. Bread is something that I am able to find at a local bakery, vegan and gluten-free, and so sometimes if I'm really wanting to splurge, I'll buy myself a loaf of bread and I will top it with something healthy like an almond butter or an avocado. I really love avocado toast. Other whole grain sources that are really good and not super refined are whole rye, oats, farro, spelt, kamut, amaranth, buckwheat, brown rice, freekeh, had to say it like that, teff, wheat berry, and millet. And if you are gluten-free like I am, I'm going to list a really beautiful article below that outlines the best gluten-free grain sources. Now on to fruits. Nature's candy. Fruits are amazing, and your vegetables and fruits, buy them fresh when you can. I highly encourage you guys to go to the farmer's market. This is also a really easy and great way to avoid waste. Bring your own containers, bring your own bags. If there are twisty ties on your vegetables, simply take them off and give them back to the vendor so that they can reuse them and upcycle them again. I also want to encourage you guys to eat seasonally. For those of you who aren't new to my channel, you know that I live in a tiny home, yes, this edifice, this structure on an organic farm in California, and so a lot of the fruits and vegetables that I eat are from straight off the farm, and let me tell you, I have never felt better. My body just, I feel like it glows on the inside, and I don't say so myself, I hope it glows on the outside. I think it does. This is really where your foods are at the highest nutritional value because they're just picked. If you're eating foods that have been transported hundreds of miles, not to mention the fossil fuel costs on the environment, but your plants and your fruit are slowly going to lose some nutritional value there. I also want to encourage you guys, if you have time, to grow your own fruits and vegetables. Now, it doesn't have to be like a huge garden, but it can start with a few different plants. Tomatoes are super easy to take care of. Cucumbers are super easy. Maybe I'll make a YouTube video on like gardening guide for beginners. Some fruits that I absolutely love include apples, avocados, lime, banana, dates, orange, blueberries, lemon, pineapple, and strawberries. You can prepare avocados just raw, eat them straight out of the darn thing. Your berries are going to be loaded with antioxidants which fight free radicals. They also fight cancer like your greens. I also read this amazing HuffPost article recently. A 2012 study suggested that eating at least one serving of blueberries a week slowed cognitive decline by several years. One possible explanation as to why came from a 2013 study in mice which found that berries might protect the brain by clearing toxic proteins that accumulate there. How cool is that? The next category is seasonings. Oh God, I love seasonings so much. Food, in my opinion, would be so bland without it. These are some of my essentials that I like to fill my pantry with. Pepper, cinnamon, turmeric, cardamom, oregano, anise, Himalayan salt, smoked paprika, cayenne, coriander, cumin, and clove. You'll notice that a lot of them can be used in a variety of cultures, including Indian, Spanish, or even Thai food. This is where we're going to bring in herbs, fresh herbs. This is such a game changer in your cooking. If there's anything that you decide to grow in your garden, if you decide to start one, fresh herbs. Put in some basil, parsley, cilantro. These are all great things that can be juiced, or they can also be a beautiful thing as you plate your food. Maybe you're having guests. But the bottom line, when it comes down to it, the flavor that it brings, there's really nothing like it. We have a beautiful section of the farm that is dedicated to growing fresh herbs and spices, so I do include a lot of those herbs in my dishes. But some of my go-to herbs that you guys can look for in the store include basil, cilantro, thyme, mint, fennel, parsley, rosemary, lemongrass, lemon balm, and dill. Lemon balm is really great for tea. I did make a whole YouTube video on how to dry your own herbs and spices. Lemongrass is good for Thai dishes. Other food which I'd like to add on here, coconut cream. Now, coconut cream is something I've yet to find completely zero waste. I do have to buy it in a can, but I try to be sparing with how frequently I buy it. And coconut cream is also really good in a chia pudding. Praise the Lord. And now on to the last category, category number 8, which is baking ingredients. Now, who doesn't love a fresh baked goodie? I personally have a sweet tooth, and it's not great. Honestly, guys, it keeps me up at night. Some nights I get so hungry, like at night. I don't know if any of you guys are a night eater too, but I'll literally just be laying there like, what I would do for a gluten-free, vegan, sugar-free brownie right now. If some of you guys are watching your sugar as well, you'll notice some of the sugar alternatives on this list: flour, vanilla, chocolate chips, coconut oil, nut butter, baking powder, cocoa powder, gotta have your cocoa powder, or raw cacao, I never know which way to say it, maple syrup, and monk sugar. Another sugar alternative is xylitol or stevia, and of course I'm sure you guys have seen my recipes or other YouTubers' recipes before with sweetening things with dates or banana. Now, I cannot end this video without talking about banana ice cream, because this is a super quick and easy vegan treat at night if you're craving ice cream. Hence the nice, because it's vegan and all of us vegans are super hella nice. As you can see here, this is an example of slightly more ripe bananas, and these are the perfect sweetness for freezing them. So you're gonna just take them, unpeel them, put them in the freezer. I recommend cutting them up so it's not as harsh on your blender, and then blending them up with a little bit of almond milk or your milk of choice, and then adding in really whatever flavor you want. I usually like to do chocolate and peanut butter. I know, now I'm getting hungry. So lastly, I just want to talk about sauces, because I know I'm super saucy and you guys are probably also super saucy. Kitchen staples that I like to use for sauces are coconut aminos, apple cider vinegar, Vegenaise, and I do get questions of how do I buy Vegenaise or vegan salad dressings in bulk. I usually like to bring my own container to the salad bar of the store and then fill it up, and it's super inexpensive. Just make sure that you get a tear on your container before you fill it up. I like to create my own sauces from time to time, and cashews are a really good nut to use for creamy sauces, specifically like cashew Alfredo sauce. Cashews are also really good for raw cheesecakes. Oh my god. Well, you guys, that is my Zero Waste Vegan Pantry Essentials guide. I really hope that it helped you. I'm so excited for you guys to begin eating healthier and to obviously reduce your everyday waste. It's not super hard, you just need to get into the habit of it, and our society does not make it easy to live this way. You know, it's unconventional, but the only way that we're truly going to change the world and change the systems that we live in is by staying grounded and being true to our values and shopping this way in any way that we can. If you guys like this video, definitely give me some love, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my YouTube channel if you haven't already, and you know the drill. Share it with the world, share it with your friends, your pets, your family, so that they too can benefit from a list that gives them some ideas and perhaps inspiration to eat healthier. See you guys next week.